Hi, I'm Jim O'Connor, and this is The Married Guy's Guide to Life. Today's installment, The Lady on the Train, another story from the I Just Can't Make This Stuff Up file. It was a beautiful, sunny spring Tuesday morning in 1985. I had a 3-day pass and was on the intercity train from Frankfurt to Munich. It was a slow travel day, so I had a compartment all to myself. Airman O'Connor was off duty and looking forward to some serious relaxation. After stowing my bag on the overhead rack, I settled in. I had a system for train travel. It consisted of a classic German cheese sandwich on a hard roll, orange Fanta, and a good book. It just didn't get much better than that. After opening my can of pop, I sat back and let the world whiz by my window. I was looking forward to 3 days of peace and quiet. Awesome. 30 minutes into the trip, we stopped briefly in Heidelberg to take on passengers. Thanks to world-renowned German efficiency, before I knew it, we were back on our way to Munich. I still had more than 2.5 hours of solitude in front of me. Great. I returned to my book. 2 pages later, however, I heard a knock at the compartment door. I looked up and found a little gray-haired German grandma-looking lady at the door. She was wearing a floral print dress under a raincoat, the classic German grandma outfit. With a smile, she asked me in very formal German if there was a free seat in the compartment. A quick side note. I don't speak German. The best I can do is tourist German. Keep the conversation focused on food, booze, and traveling, and I'm okay. Beyond those subjects, I'm lost. So I end up just smiling and nodding like an idiot. I was able to handle her particular question, and being a Boy Scout at heart, I helped her stow her bag on the overhead rack. I returned to my seat, Fanta, and book, innocently assuming that our interaction had come to its logical conclusion. Like boxers, we'd mixed it up, and now we were back in our separate corners. She, on the other hand, had a different plan. She wanted to chat. Whether I wanted to or not was immaterial. She had me squarely in her sights. I could feel her staring at me. Like the mouse at the trap, I took the bait. I made eye contact. That's all the encouragement she needed. She switched into tour guide mode and proceeded to give me very detailed play-by-play of everything we saw whooshing by our window, pausing often to ask me what I thought about it, all in German. It was all I could do to keep up. So there I was, imprisoned with the German version of my Grandma Lucy. Now that's not a bad thing. I love my Grandma Lucy, and this lady seemed perfectly nice. It's just that I had a plan. But apparently, so did she. Now I was raised to be polite, so I gave it everything I had and stretched my limited German to the breaking point. It was like a 2.5-hour oral exam. By the time we reached Munich, I was a sweaty, frazzled, stressed out mess. So much for my plan. As the train slowed to enter the Munich train station, I stood up and helped my newfound friend retrieve her bag from the overhead rack. As she gathered her things, I reached for my bag. At that moment, she turned to me and with an absolutely spot-on Midwestern American accent asked, "So, are you British?" I almost dropped a bag on my head. Once I got it safely to the floor, I said, "No, ma'am, I'm American." "Really?" she said. "I would have sworn you were British. I couldn't place your accent." I explained that the little bit of slang German I spoke came from living in Frankfurt. "Oh," she said, "that explains it. People in Frankfurt don't have a strong accent." Then I asked her where she was from. "Oh, I'm from Munich," she said with a smile, "but I've lived with my daughter and son-in-law in Ohio for the last 10 years. I'm home on holiday." With that, she waved goodbye and walked off the train. I never saw her again. It goes to show that you should never assume anything about anyone. My adopted German grandma and I both assumed, and we were both wrong. But I did appreciate the German lesson. I just can't make this stuff up. Dankeschön, Oma, wherever you are. If you enjoyed this story, please like, follow, or subscribe. Thanks.